Hi folks, Lynn here with Eating Sharp, where I teach you how to make delicious meals with less herbs and spices and still make them taste great. Well, we're still waiting for our persimmons to ripen, as you remember in the last show. I'll put that back in the sack and we'll keep that in a dark, cool area so they'll finish ripening up. I want to show you what to do with cactus fruit. Cactus fruit is indigenous of the southwest of the United States. You might be able to find these in the store. I went right out and hunted these down and picked them right off the cactus. So get a paper and pencil, get a hot drink, and I'll be right back to show you what to do with these to make delicious muffins for your family and friends. Hi folks, I'm back, and I hope you got your pen and paper and your hot drink. And I'm going to show you how to cut these up. I've got a few started. The first thing you want to do is you want to use tongs. You don't want to cut them, hold them with your hands, because they do still have spines on them. You'll first want to cut one end, flip that around, cut the other end off, and then stand it on its end. Now we used to do fruit like this at the hotel when we had big parties, and you'll just trim just a little bit off and go right around like that. And then you'll turn it and go just a little bit more, just so you're taking the skin off and not the fruit, not the meat of the fruit. You want to do that to all of your fruits. So sit back, enjoy your drink, and I'll be right back with you. Hi folks, I'm back. I've got them all peeled, and the reason that I wanted you to just take that skin off, and I'll show you here. You can see the difference between this outer layer and this inner layer. This inner layer here is where all the seeds are, and this outer layer is where the pulp is, the good pulp. So if you're good at a knife, you can just cut that right across there like that and peel that off of there. I'll show you with one this way, and then I'll show you another way you can do it as well. See, it just peels right off. Okay? What you do when you get that pulp, the good outside pulp off, is you're going to dice it up. See how it just kind of peels right off of there? Real easy to come off. Is you'll take it and you'll dice it up kind of coarsely. It is a little tough, but after you put it into your muffin and mix it in and it gets baked, it softens up and has a really, really good earthy flavor to it, a good fruit flavor. There's no other fruit I can think of that tastes just like this. So we'll cut this in half, and you can see in here all the little seeds that are in there. They're in there just like a pomegranate. We're going to put that on the top, and we'll mash those down just so we get the juice. So if you're not as good at a knife like I am, you can just put your thumb in here, and it'll peel right off for you, just like you're peeling the skin of an orange. And believe it or not, the redness in this does not stain your hands, will not stain your board, and will not stain your clothes. So it's a really good red fruit to work with and not have to worry about staining. See how that comes right off? We'll dice this up. We'll cut this one in half and put it up in the top here for the mashing. I'll show you one more time with my hands, and then we'll go to a break while I finish up the rest. See, it just peels right off. Whoops. Peels right off, just like an orange. Just put your thumb under there. They are a little slippery, so be careful they don't slip out and dance across the floor in your kitchen, because that wouldn't be a good thing. Well, not for your kitchen nor your fruit. So just pull that fruit right off of there, just like that. Now if you want, when you go to cut these, you'll be able to cut a little bit more off the end, and you'll feel when you come to a seed. But just cut this guy right in half like that. Toss him on the top. We'll dice this up to go in as the meat of the fruit, to go in our muffins. It just needs to be a rough chop. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Put that in the bottom, and I'll see you back here when I get ready to put all the ingredients together. Shut up in my face. Put all the ingredients together, and we'll make our muffins. So sit back and relax, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I've got everything ready to go here, In the bowl, I have 2½ cups of flour. Write that down. We're going to put in a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and I do 1/4 with my hand. And we're just going to blend those together, just a little bit like that to get them starting to mix. Next, I'm going to add in 2 eggs. We're going to have a 1/2 cup of milk. You can use buttermilk if you want it to have a richer buttermilk flavor. A 1/2 cup of sugar. You want to pull it out and show me too. And a cube of margarine. Make sure it's soft so it'll mix up together. Going to also add just a sprinkle of cinnamon because it's going to give it a nice holiday flavor. And along with that, we're going to do a little nutmeg. I think nutmeg has a nice holiday flavor in it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and beat this together, and I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay, I'm back, and here I'll show you what I did with that fruit. You can see here that it drained through. All the pulp and the juice is down in there, and all those seeds. Those are what we don't want in our biscuits. And here in in our muffins. And here you can see that the dough is a little thicker. And the reason it's a little thicker is because I held back some of the moisture because I wanted to put in more juice from the cactus pear so that it would have a better flavor. So I cut back on the milk a 1/2 cup, and I increased the juice of the cactus pear to 2 cups instead of 1.5 cups. So I'm going to pour that right in, and then we're just going to blend this enough so that the fruit is mixed and the dough is at the right consistency. So as I'm doing that, you might be asking yourself, Lynn, I don't find any cactus pear in my hometown. You might have to go to a Mexican store or a Hispanic type store to find them. Now if you take a look in here now, you can see that the dough is at the right consistency. It's a beautiful red color. It's a beautiful red color. Whoops, there went the mixer, but that's okay. That's what happens with live TV. So we're going to fill our muffins here, and they will go into a 400-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. So while I'm filling this up, you guys sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, welcome back, everybody. The muffins are done, so I'm going to turn this off. And look at these guys. These are beautiful cactus fruit muffins. If you notice a little weirdness on the top of those muffins, it's because I sprinkled a little sugar on the top before I put them into the oven. That gives them that nice little crust on there. It gives them something to the texture of it is a little better. Now, I dropped these on the floor, but this is the leftover juice from the cactus fruit, and I'm putting it in a bag. I'm going to freeze this, and it should stay good for about 6 months. That way in the springtime, or you get the winter blues, you can pull it out, make jam with it, make more muffins, make a cake, make syrup for your pancakes. There's so many different things you can do with that juice. During the break, I made a beef stew. I found out that we're having guests over for dinner, so I made a simple beef stew with carrots, beef, potatoes, onions, and flour. So I made that up for our guests. They'll be here in a few minutes. So until the next time, you guys eat sharp and eat healthy. Bye-bye.